with Done by Dorothy, and we are back today for part 2 of our adding our pockets and our belly bands into our signatures. So let's get started. Again, we're using the Mira Nature Journal Kit, and the links will be below in the description box to the freebies and to the journal pages, which you can purchase from my Etsy store. So let's get started. We've already did one of our signatures yesterday with pockets and belly bands, so we're going to start today. So I know that I want to do a nice size pocket over here, so I actually did some of these, and I will try to show you as we go. So and what I did is I have all of the pockets ready. They're inked, and I sewed this time instead of sewing with the flower pattern, because some people ask, well, you know, I don't know what it'd look like if I sew with a straight stitch, you know, if I have a basic machine that doesn't have all of those added stitches. So a straight stitch looks really nice too. So we're going to put that right there. And again, we're going to be gluing our pages in. You can actually, you know, sew your pockets and things in if you like. And we will be working on a journal that'll have more of that type of thing in the future. But we're sort of, you know, starting from the beginning and sort of stepping into it. So, and I'm just going to sort of put this even. And if you're wondering how I made this pocket, this one is going to be really simple. I actually have 2 piles, but like this was our regular sheet, or well, this is a full sheet, but a half sheet like this, you know, was our normal size sheet. I just took it, found a place where I thought it looked nice. Like I didn't want to cut the tomato halfway off, but this didn't look too bad as a decoration on the edge, so I just cut it down the middle. You know, not down the middle. I cut it to the side like that. So, and I didn't trim my strings, so I'll have to trim my strings as I go. Sorry about that. So we've got that pocket there. Excuse me. And then we have stenciling here, so we use that as a journal page. I'm actually going to do some stamping there. No, let's do a pocket because we have this on the other. Let's do, let's see. Let's do one of our bigger size pockets, since we have a couple of these. So I'm actually going to use this pocket, these 2 pockets together. Let me trim off the strings again. I hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Okay, so this was just basically a full-size page. I used my tear ruler and just tore it in the middle, inked it up, and sewed it. Then what I'm going to do is, let me put my base down first, because we're actually going to make this into a combo pocket where there'll be more than one pocket. And, you know, I'm trying to hold out with my voice, so I want to try to do both. But we may have to split that up into 2 videos depending on how my voice manages to handle through this one, because right now it's sounding a little froggy. Okay, so we're going to put our base page down. So we've got our base down, and then this is the top. Oh, you know, I did that backwards. Okay, let me try to pull it up real fast. Okay, we're going to pull that up really fast. And you know, sometimes there's errors and you fix it. I wanted to put this one on the bottom, and that's my fault. And I'm just going to put it down one side and down the other side. I'm not going to worry about the bottom, just the sides. Sorry about that, guys. And I'm going to drop it just a little bit lower than where I wanted my other one to be. Make sure it's straight. Sorry about that. I forgot what I was. And I mean, you could have done this pocket 2 ways. I wanted a higher up pocket. And I'll show you. So where I put it here earlier, you could have dropped this down here on the bottom half, but I didn't really want to block out my flower. So instead of, oops, sorry, it would have been this way. I could have put it down here, but that would have blocked my flower. And I could have turned it around this way and put it over here, and it wouldn't have blocked my flower, but I would have had the butterflies and little insects right on top of the flower, and it was just, like, it was too much image there for me. So I put that underneath instead, and I left it open. This part across here, this section right here, I did not glue. And I'll show you why in a minute. And then I'm going to glue this all the way around. Making sure you put enough glue to hold it really well. Okay. So I'm going to put this right back down where I had it a while ago. Line my sides up so they're nice and even because you don't want them to look crooked. And again, I'm using art glitter glue. I inked up with Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo. And I sewed, I actually used Maxi Lock serger thread through my machine, and this is in Blue Jean Gold. Okay, so let me find, I had a big piece of paper here to use. There was a harder piece of paper. Oh, well, I'll use my ruler. Okay, so we have a pocket here. We have a pocket here. Okay, when we put this pocket in here, because it's like right here, if we would have glued that across here where this was held, you would only be able to put something in about that big and it would be sticking out. So you would really limit your height. You can only put something about this big. Because we left the bottom open, you can now put something that's whole page in there. So I wanted an extra room for some, you know, bigger things, because you do have bigger things, envelopes and things like that, you know, you can slide in there. So that is done. Stenciling. Stenciling here. I want to do a belly band, and I actually have a wide belly band. I wanted to do one that was, you know, a little bit wider, just because I thought it would, you know, sort of change it up a little bit. So I'm going to glue this just on each side. Again, you can do a little narrow or whatever, but I did narrows in the other, so I thought I would do a bigger one on this side. Hopefully I'm not blocking where I'm putting it in there so you can see. And again, you just gotta give it a little time to dry. And I really like the apple and these are, again, some of these are just base pages that we already use, but because of the way that we cut them, I was trying to see if I repeated any of the pages, because what you can do is, I was trying to say, yeah, see, I didn't even, yeah, see, so I'm not going to even repeat pages in here as I'm putting this together. So these are, you know, pages that I printed that were, you know, whole pages in these other journal and the other signatures. Like, oh, of course I'm not going to be able to find one, just, okay, like this. This was the whole page. And then when I just did that pocket, it creates it, but it's a different signature, so you're not going to get that repeated feel because it's not the same. So, okay. So let's see, we got our belly band in there. Okay, I'm going to do some stamping on here just because there's so much going on here anyway. You know what? I'm actually going to I want to do some stenciling on here. Change your mind. And I always keep my stenciling brush and stuff really close. So sorry guys, we're stenciling in on this really fast. And that's the coolest thing about crafting, is you always reserve the right to change your mind. There we go. And I'm just going to put some of that down in the corner and leave the rest for journaling. I was going to put a pocket, but we're going to have our envelope right here, so that's sort of redundant. Okay, so we have that here. We'll stamp here. Let's put a pocket here. Let's see. What kind of, I think I'll do a double corner pocket. Okay, so this was a full-size page. Okay, but I had the image here and the image here, and I didn't really want to waste the image. So I just put, instead of doing my crazy tear ruler, I just used my straight ruler, laid it down, and tore the page. Okay, so you're going, okay, but how in the world are you going to do that? That's going to be crazy. No, because of this, the way the calligraphy is written, and you can't really read any of this here, we're going to flip it upside down. And I promise you're not going to notice. Let me cut the strings a little bit. And I just usually leave a little bit, I mean, you want a little bit to hang out. Okay, so let's get this base put down. We're going to put the biggest one on the bottom. Make sure we glue up all 3 sides. Okay, we got that there. So we're just going to sort of center it up where we want it in the center and glue it down. And I always just sort of rub, I don't know why, you probably don't have to, but I burnish it down, that's just me. Okay, so then we're going to take the bottom with the images, because remember, you really can't tell if this is upside down or not, because most of it's going to be covered. And because of the calligraphy this is written, you can't really tell, which was fine. If it would have been something that was readable, I wouldn't have been able to turn it upside down, because it would have bothered me that, you know, the writing was upside down. I don't like the images or the writing to be upside down. I'm just goofy about like that. Okay, then I'm just going to line this up right on top of the other one. Make sure it's nice and even. Make sure the bottoms are all even. It's all held straight. There we go. And then burnish it down. And again, I do that with my fingers, just, I don't know, because I think it adds heat. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. That's just what I do. Okay. And I really wish... So then we're going to have a pocket back here we can stick stuff in. And we're going to have the pocket here. So we've got that double pocket there. And it looks really good. So by the time we put some stamping over here, that's really going to draw that out there. So, okay, there's some stenciling. Let's see, do I want another pocket that's sewn? No, I want to do some stamping there. Because, let's see. Yeah, we'll do some stamping there. Do a pocket here. So let's do a simple pocket. Okay, I have this little square one. And I know most people do little round slits at the top. I sort of like that. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I sort of like that little edged, and I will show you. This is a Fisker's punch, and it's made for thick, so it actually does, it locks like that, and you shouldn't do that. Don't ever do it that hard. But it's actually made for thick material, so it will do like foil and chipboard and all that kind of thing. But it works great, and I'll cut it out and show you. And this is a nice, I found mine on clearance, so you might watch clearance at like Hobby Lobby. I actually have gunk on the side of this. I don't like that. Okay, but anyway. It's actually really cool. I was trying to look around to see if I could really find some. You know what? Let's use one of these little things that I have, the rice paper. It's not rice paper, onion paper that I printed out. And this is onion paper is what it is. And I'm going to try to situate it in there. Let me try to get over here so I'm not getting too much into the other. Like I said, this is actually made for thick material, but it does stamp everything. And then let me grab my ink so you can see the sides better. And like I said, you know, I'll show you a piece of regular paper in a little bit. It works really good on like cardstock. This is sort of what it does best. But it does a little bitty ticket. And it's a teeny tiny ticket, so, you know, I might use that in there somewhere, or, you know, wherever I want to put it. I don't want to use it in there, I don't think. You know, we'll do that when we come back through and embellish everything. Okay, so I'm just going to glue my, but yes, so, well, hold on, I'll show you because I have another one. I actually made one for the other signature just like this because I liked it with the little ticket cut out. And I'm just going to sort of center it really good, or the best of my ability, which may not be really good sometimes, but most of the time it seems like it does okay. Okay. But, okay, let me just use one of these. That's perfectly fine. One of those days. Okay, so I'll just cut from the edge over here because I can actually cut it off. But, and show you one of, if I can get right up to the edge enough where I can. So that's the little ticket that it makes. It might be easier to see that. Okay, so how I did these is I just went in, and I mean you could do it as deep as you want to. I just sort of go to the center of the page. You guys, hopefully you guys can see that. And then I just sort of line this up with the center. So look at it with the center, and then just punch. And you can use that, you know, for, you know, little layouts and stuff like that. And it just creates that, which doesn't look like much when you're looking there. But by the time you ink it up, it gives it a really nice look. So, okay. And that is stenciled. And I want to do a pocket back here, and I want to do my triangular pocket. So, this one is a little different, because I'm actually going to put this up here. So let me cut my strings off and get them out of the way at least. And I mean, you could leave the strings on there if you want it all raggedy like that. I do leave a little bit there, but I don't want it like, you know, so overpowering. Okay, so this one, what I did, well, let me glue around the edges here so I can show you once I get it down. Okay. And we'll put this over here as our final pocket in this signature. And again, you can see I did not do straight sewing here. On some of them I did, some of it was straight, some of it wasn't, and I don't worry about that because it's sort of the charm. Okay, so what I did is I had my tear ruler. I put it on the diagonal. Actually, let me trim this out and I'll just do one to show you. Do a walkthrough so you can actually see it in real life. Okay, so let me just sort of line this up so I sort of get it. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so I just sort of lined it up in the top corner, right? And then I just sort of grabbed a spot over here. In this case, I wanted to miss the images. So in this one, we could actually, I'll do it and show you what even what to. So I want to miss the images. So I'm going to line it up. Then I'm going to hold it down. And with my tear roller, just tear it off. So I have that. This happened not to tear all the way down. The corner caught and it ripped before we got there, so I just left it. So let me ink this up so you can see the edges better. I think it helps to. Okay, so that would give us our pocket. Okay, then my corner, because I was battling with these, I didn't want that to be covered up. But I wanted to be able to put an additional pocket. So I thought, well, I'll just do a small triangle pocket at the top. The problem is, this is a lot bigger. Now with this one, see how that would be uneven right there, and I don't like that. If I put it down here, then and line it up, there's just not anything left because of where I did it. So I knew I had to shorten it, so I just grabbed it and held my ruler. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you get it? Yeah. And just tore it up, and I just didn't even worry about, because I mean, if you're doing it tear, I mean, it's gonna randomly give you what you want. Okay. And I just sort of played around with it. So I did that. And see, then I know I could drop this down to here, but that's not going to give me that much of a pocket. I want a little bit more of a pocket. So I don't want to take it off that way. Let's take it off down here. And I just sort of kept, you know, pulling it along. Oh, wrong piece. So that would give me much more the size of the pocket that I wanted. So let me ink this up really fast so you can see it. And you know, it's just randomly tearing it, you know, it's not really any thought put into it, sort of on the go. Especially, I mean, if you find yourself somewhere and you don't have scissors, you can tear this by hand without a ruler if you want, or anything flat works. Okay, so then I end up with that. So I have that small pocket at the top. So that's what I did for this. So I need to glue this, and then I just sewed around it. Just glue around the corner. Make sure I don't. And then I'm just going to drop it down to where I have a nice size pocket. And I don't really care about covering up the calligraphy part so much, as I want to make sure I get those nature-y images in there. Okay, so I have my big pocket back there and my pocket right there, so you know, I could just randomly stick something out, and even if it comes out like here, it's not going to make a difference because, you know, I've got my big piece back here. So there's that pocket. So we have the pockets done in here. Let me move this over here. And like, you know, here's a better, like, you know, we could, let's put one of these here. So, you know, a small little ATC size card in there. Then you can have whatever larger thing you want back here on the back. So, ta-da! Okay, so let's go through. That's our pocket. Stenciling. Pocket. Stenciling. Pocket. Stenciling. And I wanted to stamp on here. So let's put this to the side, and I'm gonna pull out, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp. No, I'll do all my stamping at once. So we'll set that to the side. Let me check my time. Okay, we're 20 minutes, so we're pretty good. Okay, so we have that. So let's pull this out and do this one, or do I want to, you know what, I think I want to stop and just sort of pause, go over a few things. So I've got to put pockets in here. I'll do that in the next video, and then we'll do a video where we stamp them, and when we stamp them, we'll probably do all three of them at once. So we have the pockets to put in here, we have the stamping left to do, then we'll start on the ephemera. For the ephemera, I am literally just using random pages, different things from pages, you know, decorating some index cards, that sort of thing. I am going to print out a couple pages with my favorite images onto, which, I mean, obviously are going to include the little frog. Yeah, you know, some of those are really cute. I'm actually going to print those out on tissue paper. And when we get to that video, I will link the video. I may make a new one because the first one was really bad, and it was just really bad. I'll probably remake that about how I do my tissue paper to make my homemade tissue paper, DIY tissue paper. And so I will I will go through in my editing program and cut out, so we get a bulk of these different images. They'll be like this square, you know, or the size of the main pages on there without a lot of calligraphy, because I mean, I would rather have the images than the calligraphy, although I will put some of the calligraphy on there. So, you know, we'll get an 8.5 by 11 tissue sheet that we can use, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to go through my napkins and pull and see, because I would really like, I want to, where'd it go? I want to, you know, napkin our envelopes. And I got some naturey things that have like birds and insects and that type of thing. I want to find them with the coloring that matches. So we will be back to do that. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I know this is, you know, a shorter video, but it is the weekend, so I know people have more things to do, and that'll give you a chance to catch up on some of the other videos if you're behind. There will be, I'm going to try to get my video on doing my stopper topper done this weekend. I may try to get the tissue paper one done as well, just depending on, you know, what goes on, or it may be the beginning of the week before I get that. So I will do this. We will come out with part 3 with the pockets and in the signature, number 3 signature. And I will see you then. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. You know, I hope you're enjoying the series. Again, have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye.